Top of morning, lady. My name is Han, and welcome to the What If Deku was Infinity Zorber. So the first or beginning part, or sorry for being super late. I had the video or before, but there was some crazy stuff like me trying to roll home. Yeah. It was like, it was pretty much. So, recap of the past one. So, or the one that it should have been earlier, but it didn't. I decided, instead of waiting, how about making this? So, recap, Zuko, who got lied to by a court doctor, his parents abandoned him or everybody abandoned him, like basically forced him to be faced off the earth. And, of course, the Zuko who learns that the court doctor lied to him, but he was just playing along. But when he was 5 years old, 6 years old, he learns, actually I meant 7 years old, he learns that he could zorb everything, but his quirk, Zorbing, he also has the powers of infinity and zero and rebirth. Basically like a phoenix kind. And when he came back to... when he zorbed... But his Zorbtion powers is not similar to Zorbing Man's. Where Zorbing Man could make his skin like all... Depends on the material, like wood or stone or... Yeah. Well, he can grow... Zuko can grow extra every time he touches something. The only thing that is basically... Here. I'm trying to... Yeah. Here we go. So, basically, Zuko can... when he learned that because when he touched a wall, he got bigger. Like, basically that. But he was same size as Endeavor. Yeah. So, and in this alternate timeline, of course, Zumi, because she was his sister, but so when they abandoned him, they basically cut him out of their lives. So basically, because they don't want quirkless, they want something overpowered. But Zuko was basically not gonna... So, he goes to a quirkless school, and but he was so super intelligent that he could see into the future, all the way to, so he did all of his, tests and all that stuff so fast that even, man, you need a long vacation. Yeah. So then, after that, Zuko went to the sports festival because of time skip. And, yeah, he's 15. I forgot to mention. So it goes to Sports Festival. But this isn't like a canon version of Sports Festival that we all know and love. It's a one that, like, the audience can fight a winner. So, Zuko ends up, of course, Zumi did win all of the matches things. And, yeah. And her opponent was chosen, or got chosen by the ward, and they chose Zuko. As quietly, Zumi is like cussing up a storm. Like, quietly in her head of like, and basically, I'm not gonna say it, but yeah. But Zuko was pretty much, and says, "Are you ready, Zumi?" And I forgot to mention, the winner of the battle will get a 3-week training. Basically like a bar. Or not bar, but how will I put this? Like, basically a bicycle. Like, treadmill. 3-week training at a gym. So, Zuko, who says, "All right, little sister, ready?" As he's prepared for it. Or, ready, Zumi? Yep. So then, the fight begins. Zumi says, or as she cussed at him, and she blows fire on him. As Zuko's just standing there, he says, "Is that how you feel? Oh, little sister, I will honor your request. But then, I'll make this a fair fight," as Zuko says, as a big monster-ish person. Here. Anime characters that grow. Oh, why am I always skipping? So, basically, Zuko is... Oh, wait, it's and form. So basically, Zuko's body, when he used to honor his sister's request thing, and they could see flames forming around Erwin. As Zuko's body starts to, as they see a most powerfulest one. It's like, yeah, that one. So when Zuko says, now it's my turn, as he uses a gust of wind, as he kicks the air around all, or he kicks, or no, he uses his big hand. He was bigger than, like, the 4 All Mights stacked on top of each other's, but the 5th one was, like, got cut in half. Yeah. Right at the, yeah. So, but this one is so powerful, or Zuko is so powerful that even, like, when he just flicked his hand so fast, Zumi flew across out of the out of the ring and nailed right into the wall with her own feet showing. Yeah. So, yeah. Basically like a pin cushion. And, yeah. So, so Zuko, his body was like that. When he tilted his head back and he uses his full power at, like how Godzilla shoots a beam up in the air. Yeah. Well, he just looks up and shoots a rainbow bridge from, like, Thor movie. Yeah. Like, bam. As he goes back to normal. As his flames, yeah. It was pretty powerful. So, Zuko was basically a 3-week training thing. But he doesn't need it. He didn't. Or 3-year training. So he doesn't need it. Let's do a time skip. As he gives his, or actually after the sports festival, his sister had, let's say she had a backpack at the, so he knew which backpack she was usually, so he basically puts it in, and yeah. And so he leaves. So then Zumi goes in, like, picks, as she says. Yeah. So a time skip to All Might versus All for One. As All for One was in his prime, he figured out a way to do. And he shoots a beam of light, and of course Zuko steps in, and he used when he absorbed the attack, his body got so big, like his muscle mass thing was uncontrollable. And he looked like Endeavor, but with way more, yeah. He looks like that guy from, yeah. But his nose starts bleeding, his ears start bleeding, his eyes. Yeah. So, yeah. basically, like, imagine, yeah, all of his parts, yeah. And plus, one of his rib cage was aimed right at. So when All for One, and Prime All for One, should I say, went and beat Zuko, huh? Yeah, they, because All for One was annoyed, but then he realized that this is a perfect character that he needs. So then, or perfect opponent, that's what sorry. So, All for One is battling against Zuko, but Zuko already won. Because, you know those, like, moves that I think JoJo's Bizarre Adventure ones? I forget their name. I think Joe? I smell JoJo. JoJo, meh. I can't spell, so, in turn, nope. Not here now. So, this one. So, there was this old anime version of it where he, instead of using, like, his, like, soul thing, he ends up, being the, like, I'm trying to find that one, but he used his own muscle mass thing to make things explode by just tapping on them. Like, you're already dead. Oh, wait, what? Boom! As he does that to All for One. As All for One dies. As Zuko basically, or actually All for One says, you're gonna die. Huh. If I die, I'm taking you with me. So, and it is kind of dark that I'm, based on how much I made it to be. And sorry for my breathing in this what ifs, or in these, like, what ifs. Well, my nose is not, like, 100%. So, yeah. So, Zuko ends up... Let me find that stupid image again. Zuko looks up as he raises his fist because or as one of the ribs breaks and punctures his heart. His heart exploded as he dies, but he dies in, like, a superhero pose as he falls to his death. Or as he falls. And Zumi, or as Bakugo and the rest of them. Let me see how fast I can do this. There you go. Because yeah, so everyone was sad. They had to bury they gave him, like, a grave because they know that as everybody was pretty depressed, that as Bakugo says, I wish I had spent more time with Zuko. But now he's gone, as he's blaming himself for not helping Zuko. No. No. As at the like All for One versus All Might thing. This is what Zuko looked like. As everybody was so sad that they can't believe that their friend willingly to sacrifice his own life to save. Yeah. So, yeah. But Azumi knew. I'm trying to find that stupid image without. So, there we go. So, I'm just going to use this. So, Zumi was like. And she's blaming herself for getting mad at her own brother. Even and Inko and Asashi were sad because they could not believe that their son died as a hero because they wanted him. They did not realize it until it was too late. And she basically, or all three of them, wanted Zuko back. That's all they wanted. Now they won't get their opportunity thing. But then 3 days later, Zuko, because of he has like a phoenix power, basically like reborn. But instead of like waiting 1,000 years, it only gives him 3 days. So when he came back to life So he came back to life. As he still keeps him, like that kind of phoenix, by the way. So he comes back to life. And his, because he's immortal, so, yeah. So he goes around, but he did grab his phone and his wallet from his dead corpse, So when he came back to life, he saw, he goes in to because he changes his hair color. Or actually, he doesn't go to UA. But then he shows up. There was, it's sad. Because how sad it is, starts like what she is doing. Like she's tearing up. So that's what I'm trying not to do during these what ifs. Because that's why I always make something happy ones. So when Zumi was walking to school, she felt the presence of a familiar presence. As she turns around, she sees Zuko standing there. As he was like, "Hey sister, long time no see." As she starts to tear up, as she could not believe he's actually standing in front, as he hugs her. So Bakugo was walking out, and he sees him. And so Zuko is pretty powerful, but So he tells Bakugo, or actually he did go to the doctors, or Zuko did, or the court doctors gave him a, like, basically check, and the court doctor was surprised about how Zuko is. And that Zuko is immortal. So, now, and of course he did tell Zumi that remember that little receipt thing, or the little gift card thing? Yeah. And then I won, or that you won, brother? Yeah, I remember, but I really did not need it. I only wanted to see you. Because I know that, I also knew that you were upset at me for being quirkless, but yeah. But now you and I need to catch up on each other. So, yeah. So she goes in to UA. But then the school... So, Nezu invites Zuko in to his office. And he goes in, and how do you feel about joining Class 1A of the school? I'll be happily to. So then, with an overpowered person like myself, we could win any fights. Yeah. So then, he got accepted to Class 1A and UA, and he's a transfer student. Transferred, and yeah. So, but he did catch up on all of his schoolwork, so he's just training endlessly. So basically, he's caught up. So he's always training. As students are like, man, this kid's way more focused on... Yeah. So, yeah. Basically, Zuko was... He could win anything. So let's see, how much time do I have? Not that much. Okay. So, but Ochako and Penny, because in this alternate timeline, Penny did join Class 1A, and she ends up... So, Penny did knew Zuko before, when they were 3 years old, plus with Ochako too. all three of them, so Penny and Ochako had a humongous crush on Zuko before, and sorry, and Zuko, so then after the whole got lied to by the quirk doctor about him not having the quirk, was that Penny and Ochako dumped him, but then when they saw what Zuko could do, yeah. So, yeah, and then they rejoined. He basically dated him, and they did get married to him, and had a lot of children. And they are immortals. They have their mother's powers with their father's powers, too. So, yeah. So, a couple of them that from Ochako's could absorb gravity, too. So, please leave a like, share, subscribe, and yeah, sorry for this late thing and also I was trying to edit the original one, the first one before, because the first one had something it felt not really right with me, so I had to change it. But now you got basically a good one. Because it sounded like I was eating my own phone. That's what it sounds like. I'm trying to hold it away from me. So, and sorry about that. Okay? So, please leave a like, share, subscribe, comment, and yeah. Basically, yeah. Maybe tomorrow I won't have like the same problems as like today's video. And stay tuned for custom cards. Peace out, y'all. Peace.